What is good, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens? Renee Box Young, thanks so much, man, for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support. You know, tuning into the flash lives such as this. I want to do a part 2 on this, man. We had a great live session the other day, man. You know, with the community, you know, with your comments, you know, with the live chat. Great stuff, man. And we barely, you know, broke down and exhaustified, you know, Talk-Haney versus Linares. Great win, you know what I'm saying? And we chopped that up exhaustively and talked about, you know, the ramifications of Talk-Haney beating Linares in the last Flash Live, okay? And it was so much fun, man. I mean, and I said at the end of it, I talked about, and I mentioned at the end of that live session, which I think it was on Monday. I think it was on Monday I did that last Flash Live. That's why I'm calling this one part 2, because it was just hot, man. Good stuff. And I didn't get to finishing or even talking about. I didn't even get to talking about Nonito Donaire, you know, and his performance against that Ubalu guy. Sorry, man. I'm just horrible with names. Ubalu, whatever that dude's name is, man. So I wanted to talk about that and how that correlates to the Errol Spence and Pacquiao fight, okay? I definitely got to talk about that. Ubali, I think the guy's name was, who Donaire beat by KO. I mean, that was a nice fight, man. That was a great performance by Donaire, man. So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to get into that. So, hey, D Hodge is my guy. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? How's your day going? Thursday, June 3rd. It's June 3rd. It's already June, man. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how time flies, man? Time is just flying by, bro. Thanks so much, D Hodges, for jumping in, man. And so I definitely want to talk about this. That's why I called this session part 2, okay? So Flash Live part 2 concerning the topics that are there on the title of this video, of this Flash Live. I mean, this Flash Live, right? So definitely, man. So I definitely want to, like I said, man, we chopped up Haney, exhaustified it, the ramifications of his win over Linares and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Potential Teofimo, blah, blah, blah. We talked all about that, you know what I'm saying? The first, and the live this week, part 1 of this Flash Live. So this is part 2, so definitely I want to get into this, man. Definitely want to get into this. And I repeat and I reiterate, man, Nonito Donaire, his win against that Ubali guy. I'm horrible with names, I'm so sorry. Ubali, whatever, right? I want to talk about that and how it correlates with Spence versus Pacquiao. I mean, it's great stuff, man. Hey, Money in the Ghetto, my guy. What's going on, bro? What's going on, Money in the Ghetto? That's what I'm talking about. D-Hodge just says here. Finally not eating crow because I picked Donaire. I ate crow a couple times. I ate crow several times, man. The past few months, I'm tired of it. I ate crow when with the fight Arthur Linden, okay, between Anthony Yarde and Arthur Linden. I thought Anthony Yarde was going to go in and make a statement. I was definitely wrong. I was horribly wrong because Anthony Yarde lost by a freaking jab. Isn't that horrible? I mean, come on, Anthony Yarde. I love the guy, but man, I ate crow hard on that one. And I ate crow on the Daniel Dubois versus Joe Joyce, man, the heavyweight bout. And it's funny because if I remember correctly, I called that fight. I went live and called it on my channel. I was calling it, man, live, and I freaking ate crow on that one. And Daniel Dubois lost by a freaking jab. Isn't that sad? If I'm not mistaken, he's fighting this weekend. So, Dubois, you better get back your head in the freaking game again, dude. Don't be losing by no jab. Come on now. Now, D Hodges, I'm saying this because I ate crow a couple times. And I ate crow, man. You know, that's what I love about the sport of boxing. That's the beauty of it. It's so unpredictable, man. Sometimes, you know, many times we can incline to certain fighters because of this and because of that. But then, you know, fight night comes around and it's totally the opposite. And it's like, what the heck? What? I ate crow also with Neri versus Figueroa, man. I thought Neri was going to win. I mean, gosh, dude. I had Neri by knockout, man. I was breaking it all down. And I was saying because, you know, Neri has, you know, Eddie Reynoso as his trainer and this and that, and he's doing great and blah, blah, blah. And then Figueroa freaking knocks him out. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, you know what I'm saying? So I've been eating crow a few times this year, man. I'm tired of it. I don't want to eat crow anymore. So D Hodges, yeah, you ain't eating crow because you picked Donaire. That's awesome, bro. You know, Donaire, he's up there in age, man. I'm surprised he, you know, hey, Donaire, man, awesome stuff, you know what I'm saying? But before we get to that talk, man, because I definitely want to talk about that, before we get to that, I want to talk about some news, okay, that's coming out, you know what I'm saying, that's, I guess it's viral, right? Hey, DP Rocket, what's going on, bro? What's going on, DP Rocket, man? I hope you're doing great, man, today. You know, June 6th, Thursday. It's kind of rainy down here. We're getting the rainy seasons starting to, you know, roll around. I hope the weather's great over there. We're having wonderful weather, wonderful. Nice and fresh and cloudy. I love this stuff, man. So, yeah, I hope you guys are doing great out there, man. I hope you guys are staying safe, you know what I'm saying? Public places are opening up once again, and I just hope you guys are safe, you know what I'm saying? Take care of yourselves, you know what I'm saying? So, DP Rocket, thanks so much for jumping in. D Hodges Money to get it. What's going on, man? D Hodges says, Nary 2, lost like a, oh my gosh, whoa, you bet on that one, bro? Oos, ouch. Hey, you win some, you lose some when it comes to bets, you know what I'm saying? But ouch, bro. Hey, hats off to Figueroa, bro. I did not even consider Nary getting knocked out. I thought Nary was gonna come in and knock out Figueroa, man. I don't know, dude. I mean, hey, Figueroa, awesome stuff. Now it's time for Fulton to bring it. Now it's time for Figueroa Fulton. I got Fulton in this fight. But man, you know, Figueroa's weird, awkward style, man, kind of reminds me of Navarrete, you know what I'm saying? The way, you know, those awkward angles, and man, it's just like, you know. So hey, Fulton Figueroa's next, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So D Hodge, you lost $1,000. Ouch, bro. Ouch. Man, that hurts. That must hurt, bro. So, hey, it's all good, though. Yeah, like I said, you win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chen Smoke, what's going on, family? Jake Cooley in the building. Oh, I got to, you know, just to remind you guys, you know what I'm saying? The last live we went on, before we start chopping all this stuff up, man, the last live that I did earlier this week, it was part 1 of the thumbnail that you see and the visual that you see, the graphic, whatever you want to call it, right? Right here, where Spence's, Donaire. In the first live earlier this week, the flash live, that's why I called it part 1, and at the end of that live session, I said I got to do part 2. So we're definitely doing part 2 right now, thankfully. Thank you guys who are jumping in the building. You guys are awesome. And I got to reiterate this, man. And I'm going to keep reiterating it, or at least, you know, letting you guys know, you know, community that constantly is rocking with me, man, constantly tuning into the, you know, the flash lives and stuff like that, being a part of this. Remember somebody, Usuk, I think it was Usuk the Barbarian, something like that, the Barbarian King, right? Shouts out to him. He told me about somebody's imitating me in other platforms. So, hey, just keep your eye out, man. And you already know me. I don't speak about, you know what I'm saying, you know, I mean, I don't speak foolishness, all right? I'll just say it like that. I don't speak nonsense, you know what I'm saying? So you can detect the real me, and between, you know, you can distinguish me between me and, you know, trolls out there, or whatever they call them, right? Those weirdos out there that imitate my name and stuff like that are imitating me out there in chat. So just to let you know, man, you already know I don't speak foolishness. So, you know, and I don't even speak about, you know, yeah, you just, you know, somebody's out there imitating me, whatever, you know, so just let you know, yeah, they can't duplicate originality, you know what I'm saying? So you know what it is, man. So it's definitely, man. So thank you guys so much for jumping in, man. So let's get it. First, I want to talk about, man, before we get into this, just to warm up the mic. You know what it is, man. Warm up the mic always. So, you know, Eddie Hearn is coming out, and you already know, y'all are hearing it, I'm sure. Yeah, Chen Smoke, man. The trolls are out there, man. I mean, they're, you know, it's part of it. I get it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I care is because it came to my attention. And, you know, Usuk the Barbarian, you know, he told me about it, and I'm just, you know, and you are, you know, I definitely want to inform you, because you guys are a community here, you know what I'm saying? Family here that jumps in, and I just want to inform you guys about it, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, so we got here, yeah, so the trolls are definitely out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who imitate other people, whatever. But yeah, we got here D Hodge saying, shaking my head, Paul versus Floyd. Oh, Paul versus Floyd, man, it's just a money thing, man. Hey, Floyd is freaking cashing in on this thing. Okay, information came out, if I'm mistaken, today, man, or yesterday, whenever the heck it was. Floyd is making approximately, I mean, because, you know, numbers change, whatever the heck, but it's approximately $100 million. Who the heck is, you know, contributing so much money to this fight between Floyd and Paul? It's like, man, approximately Floyd is making $100 million, you know, for fighting a YouTuber. Easy work, man. Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy, ridiculous money. Hey, big ups to Floyd, man. He's cashing in. He is cashing in on this. And Logan Paul, he's making like $18 million, man. I honestly can care less about it. You know what I'm saying, D Hodges? That's just my humble opinion about Floyd versus Paul. But man, they're making money. You already know, man. The thing here, we got to clarify this. Anybody and their mama would do this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are criticizing Logan Paul, how he's ruining the sport and blah, blah, blah. These YouTubers are coming in and ruining the sport. I get it. I was one of the first to speak out about it. I was one of the first and few to speak out about it. As a matter of fact, I just posted a video yesterday talking about Oscar De La Hoya wanted to pick a fight with, Dana White. I mean, Canelo's not the only one. Everybody's talking about Canelo right now, and De La Hoya is saying, to Canelo that he ducked Jermell Charlo, and and he does everything wrong and blah blah blah, and then Canelo, of course he is, but Oscar De La Hoya is also picking a fight with Dana White, man. And I made a video about that yesterday, posted it, you can check it out on the channel later when you have time. And at the end of that video, I put a video so you can click on it. I was one of the first to talk about this whole thing, man. How this is all a circus, how this is all whatever, you know what I'm saying? I can care less about it. But these guys are cashing in, man. I mean, Logan Paul, ladies and gentlemen, he's making like approximately $18 million off of fighting Floyd, man. That's ridiculous money, man. Anybody would do it. Even, you know what I'm saying? People who are criticizing it, I'm one of the first, as I said, I'm one of the first to criticize it. You know what I'm saying? These things, and I've been talking about it for a long time. But the same who would criticize it would jump in an opportunity like that. I would fight Floyd for that much, easy. Heck yeah, I would, and I would make a show out of it. You know what I'm saying? I would. I'm a really, really small YouTube platform, whatever. But man, if I got the opportunity to fight Floyd, man, you make me some million. Oh my gosh, dude, I would jump on that all day, dude. I would tell him to come to Mexico. We would do face-offs down here. I would push him. I would bring it to Floyd, man. I'm around right now. I'm around 130 pounds. He's bigger than me. I don't care. Bring it on, Floyd. What? No, I would face off with the dude. I would call him out. I would do all I could, dude. Imagine that, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys would all do it too. Anybody would jump on that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Heck yeah, D Hodges. Hey, Mac at the South. What's going on, fam? What's going on? I'm using this different platform again, man, because I like how sometimes, how I variate. I like to, variate the platforms that I use. And in this one in particular, I like it how the chat, scrolls. That's why I like it. You know what I'm saying? So, I variate from StreamYard. When I go to StreamYard, sometimes I invite you guys. You already know on the panel. But in this one, I'm just using this one. So thank you guys so much for jumping in. Mac at the South, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Yeah, D Hodges. You fight Floyd for 18. I wouldn't even fight. You know what? Give me 5 million. I'm good. I can invest that money and I can make it multiply. Man, you give me 5 million, dude. I'll fight him. I'll go and, man, I'll put on a show. But anybody would do it. Those who criticize it and say, "Oh, this is ruining the sport." Of course it is, man. Of course this is fluff. I don't like it, but they're doing it for the money, man. And anybody would jump on the bandwagon to fight and to make money like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Logan Paul's doing. Just to answer that question in an exhaustive, in a complete fashion, D Hodges, with your question on, what I think about it. That's what I think about it. It's just a money grab. Everybody knows it. I think it's horrible for boxing, but we would do it if we had the opportunity. We would jump all over that. You know what I'm saying? And they're just making their money, man. So, and the real, real recognize real. But for the casuals, that's the problem. Is that, for crying out loud, man, they're not even judges in this thing. There's not even There's no judges. You might as well not have a ref in there. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's awkward. And for the problem with this whole Logan Paul and Mayweather thing is that, for the casuals that don't know about boxing, that really don't know what boxing is about and the rules and regulations and things like that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, there's no judges, okay." All these people that don't know about sport. It's gonna be a bad image and representation of what the sport is really about. I'll put it that way, right? But at the same time, you flip the script. If any one of us had that opportunity to do this and to make that kind of money, we would jump all over it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be factual. And hey, they're just making their money. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man. So so that it is what it is, man. Thank you guys so much again for jumping in the building. Okay, so. Now Floyd, Eddie Hearn, man, he has this whole DAZN thing, and Matchroom, the whole Matchroom stable of DAZN, and I want to make a point in this, and I've been talking about it. Watch this, and it looks like it's confirming what I've been saying concerning Canelo and what his next moves, plural, are going to be most likely. Check it out. You know, it's going viral, whatever the heck, right? Game changed. I guess that's their quote, right? That's their phrase that they're using now. Game changed, right? Eddie Hearn, you know, making a deal, a big, huge deal where Matchroom stable is all going under the DAZN. I don't really know the peculiarities and details of that, and that's most likely going to include Canelo. So the reason why I'm saying this, man, it's been saying what I'm saying. I pushed a video some time ago recently talking about how it looks like, you know, even though everybody and their mama wants to see Canelo fight Charlo, everybody wants to see Canelo fight Benavidez, everybody wants to see Canelo fight Andrade, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, okay? Because look, this is confirming more what I have been saying and what I have been speculating concerning Canelo and what his next moves are going to be. After I'm going to get to that comment in a moment, D. Hodges, after Canelo fights Caleb Plant, if it goes through, and if Canelo beats Caleb Plant, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if we speculate, if Plant beats Canelo, which it's a possibility, I'm not saying it isn't, you know what I'm saying? They're most likely going to do a rematch because, you know, Eddie Hearn right now is working with Canelo, and you know what Eddie Hearn does? He does rematches all the time. You know, that's his thing. If his fighter loses, okay, fine. Quick example. Warrington is going to rematch Lada. I talked about this months ago, man. Right after Lada knocked out Warrington, which was a great fight, you know what I'm saying? They're going to rematch. So, you know, shortly after that, I talked about they were going to rematch. I don't remember where I said it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a Flash Live or if it was a video I pushed, but I think it was a Flash Live. It's going to be a rematch. It's going to be a great fight, ladies and gentlemen. Warrington versus Lada, great stuff. So you already know the story, you know, when Anthony Joshua got smashed by Ruiz, there had to be a rematch. I'm sure in the Canelo versus Plant fight, most likely there's going to be a rematch clause, okay? I mean, just in case Canelo loses. Because there's a possibility Canelo's going to lose, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's untouchable. I'm not saying, you know, I got to make that clear too, you know what I'm saying? You already know, man, I speculate things in a neutral fashion. I'm not saying that Canelo is untouchable and nobody in the world can beat him ever in eons. No, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he can be beat, you know what I'm saying? And I think Charlo is one of those guys who has a big chance of beating Canelo. But, you know, getting back to that, if Plant beats Canelo, there will be a rematch most likely, okay? But if he doesn't, okay, if Canelo beats Plant, most likely after that, ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate the news that's coming out right now that you know, Eddie Hearn, I don't know the details and ramifications and all the ins and outs of this stuff because I don't really get into the business stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But what I understand is that, you know, Eddie Hearn has a deal with DAZN. Obviously, he's been working with DAZN, and he also has his promotional company, which is Matchroom, okay? All the Matchroom boxers in that stable are going to go under DAZN. So DAZN is going to be pushing all the fights from Matchroom fighters, okay? And the thing here is this. Check this out, guys. Pay attention. Check it out, man, because it's going towards what I've been saying about what Canelo's next moves are going to be. I got to reiterate the video that I pushed some time ago, recently, a couple weeks ago. I don't remember when it was, but it has in the thumbnail Canelo, and it has him looking at the UK on a map, like the countries of the UK or whatever the heck, the lands over there. I'm not the best in geography. I just know it's the UK, United Kingdom, whatever. You know, and those areas and that side of the pond, you know, that's the thumbnail. And I broke down how, you know, it looks like Canelo wants to be a global star. And, you know, he doesn't really... Why do you think he's been fighting so many UK fighters? It doesn't mean I like it. Doesn't mean I agree with it. No. But why do you think Canelo is fighting so many UK fighters? At least 5 approximately in his last several fights. That's not a coincidence, okay? Now he's hooked up with Hearn, and now that Hearn made this deal, okay, where DAZN is going to be, you know, they're going to be... all those Matchroom stable fighters are going to be under DAZN or whatever the heck. So what Hearn is going to do, okay, he broke it down or whatever, that these UK fighters, okay, they're going to have opportunities to have United States fighters and American fighters to go fight more in the UK and vice versa. Okay, so this is exactly, it seems like what's going to happen, what I've been saying is going to happen, that Canelo, most likely after Plant, we can most likely forget Benavidez, we can most likely forget Charlo, we can most likely forget Andrade. I don't think Canelo's going to fight these guys. If he wins, I reiterate, Plant can beat Canelo, you know what I'm saying? But if Canelo wins, he's probably going to get in the mix with this whole new thing that Eddie Hearn is doing with Matchroom under DAZN. And he's probably going to go, boop, first jet and plane out to the UK. So it looks like that's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. If not, whatever. Who cares, right? If I'm wrong. But I'm just speculating these things, and it looks like it's getting more to what I said. Hey, family's jumping in the building. Wayman Davis, thank you guys so much for jumping in here, man. Bruce goes, the OG. Okay, look, just, those who are jumping in right now, I got to reiterate what's going on, in this Flash Live, obviously, Flash Live out of nowhere. I'm using the same thumbnail as the Flash Live earlier this week because this is part 2. Okay, we talked about and broke down Talk-Haney. Everybody knows that, you know what I'm saying? Now, and this is, no one's connecting it like this, and I gotta share this with you. I have to, please. That's why I'm doing part 2. That's why you see Nonito Donaire there in the thumbnail, and you see Spence. A lot of people may be thinking, hey, what does Spence have to do with Nonito Donaire? I'm gonna break that down, and I have to, and oh my gosh, I love it. I love it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're gonna break that down in a moment. I'm just giving this little fluff news right now before we warm up the mic. Okay, so here we go. So Wayman Davis, thanks you guys so much, man. Chen Smoke, D Hodges, all y'all, man. Money in the Ghetto, family up in the building. Jake Cooley, thanks so much for jumping in, man. Everybody, Mac of the South, you guys are awesome, man. G5, what's going on? My guy, G5. What's good, bro? What's good? You chilling in the porch, bro? Just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying the day? Heck yeah, man. What you doing, G5? How you doing, bro? Gavin Washington, what's going on, my guy? Hey, salute Gavin Washington. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for jumping in here. Hey, so I think that's what's going to happen, man. I mean, expect you guys. I mean, I don't know. Okay. I talked about this more than a year ago. I did a quick clip on it. You know what I'm saying? I used to do what was called quick clips. I used to just record with my phone real quick some news information that was breaking, and I published, made it quick public, a quick video, like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. I don't know. And one of those videos, it should be on the channel still. I don't think I erased it or whatever. But I titled it something like, Eddie Hearn or DAZN or something like that, from American Takeover to Global Takeover. It looks like it's possible that Eddie Hearn didn't, fulfill what he thought he was going to fulfill a couple years ago when he came with DAZN, you know what I'm saying, and saying that there was going to be an American Takeover. To this date, he probably didn't fulfill what he thought. Now he's doing it all over, global. Now he's trying to do it global. Who knows where this is going to go? But, expect to see a lot more, fighters that we never even heard about, being broadcast on DAZN, obviously, right? I mean, they're going big with this thing. So who knows? But Canelo's in the mix there. So expect Canelo to fight more of these UK guys and across the pond. That's kind of how I want to conclude that point, okay? So let's get to it, man. I kind of want to talk about this, man. Okay, if you didn't see the fight, man, let's get right to this, man. If you didn't see the fight with Donaire, okay, with this Ubali guy, you can go check it out. And I want to talk about Gary Antoine Russell, too. Oh, yes. I should have put him in the thumbnail there, but there's just no room, okay? You see all these guys there in the thumbnail, so I mean, yeah. Gary Antoine Russell. I'm not minimizing him at all. It's just because of the space of the thumbnail. That's why, okay? So Gary Antoine Russell, I want to talk about him too. Okay, well, let's talk about him first, as a matter of fact. Then we'll get to Nonito Donaire and how it connects with Spence and Pacquiao. Because there's a big connection here, okay? We got to break that down. So Gary Antoine Russell, let's talk about that. Gary Antoine Russell, took this guy out, Santiago, knocked him down, man, and then Santiago quit in the stool. I forgot which round it was. I think it was in round 6 or something, all right? I mean, Gary Antoine Russell put on an amazing performance. Beautiful stuff, man, Gary Antoine Russell. I read, I don't know, man, if it's true. I don't think it is, so don't take my word on it, okay? Do not take my word on it. I'm not sure that, I think he was recently elevated in the rankings. I just don't know which sanctioning body. I don't know if it was the WBA or I don't know. But, Gary Antoine Russell, man, and I checked, as a matter of fact, the rankings, and I don't see him in the top 15 or top 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but I did a quick glance of that, and I'm not sure. But what I'm trying to say here, man, Gary Antoine Russell, I don't want to do the hype stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, he's unstoppable and stuff like that, but Gary Antoine Russell, he performed just beautifully against Santiago. he made Santiago. I mean, as it is. Let's just be factual, man. As it is, Santiago, I mean, he's not the best out there, okay? I mean, he's not. Or what do you guys think of Santiago? Do you guys think he's top competition? Is he really competitive? Is he, I don't, I mean, okay, Santiago, man, he's more known from his fight with Adrian Broner. I don't know. I don't even remember. Did Adrian Broner win that fight? If he did, it was by like a hair. I mean, he didn't. Adrian Broner didn't really stand out against Santiago, okay? I mean, let's just be factual. So, I never heard of the Santiago dude until he fought Adrian Broner. When I saw that fight, I was like, man, kind of mediocre performance from both sides. From both sides, okay? Okay, so let's just be clear on that, you know what I'm saying? However, Gary Antoine Russell fought this Santiago guy who fought Adrian Broner, okay? And Gary Antoine Russell, he freaking, I know styles make fights and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, he put on a, oh, my gosh, dude. This guy, he made, yeah, thanks so much, Wayman Davis. Thanks, man, your support. You guys are awesome. I got to make a Cash App, man. I have PayPal if you guys feel like supporting. Go ahead and, in the PayPal, you can go ahead and support whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you wish. And I got to make a Cash App, man. So I can put the Cash App in the link in my descriptions and stuff like that. If you guys feel you can support, you can go ahead, man. So yeah, thank you guys so much, man. Wayman Davis, yeah, get the likes up, definitely, man. PGH is in the building. My brother's keeper. Hey, family's in the building, man. Thanks so much, man. So, I mean, Gary Antoine Russell, he styled on Santiago. He styled on him, dude. He just made it. He made it, man. Gary Antoine Russell made Santiago look like an amateur, man. Like he didn't know what he was doing in the ring, man. He was just straight up. I mean, and the beautiful thing about Gary Antoine Russell, he was going to the body, he was going upstairs, hooks upstairs, left, right, upstairs. Oh, it was just beautiful performance to the body, pass, going on the inside, ha, take this, pa. It was just too much for Santiago. It was an onslaught of blows to his face and to his body, and I mean, Gary Antoine Russell is very smart. Now, why? I got to say this, though. Hey, Sylvester, I see you, bro. Thanks so much for jumping in, man. You guys are awesome. Awesome, man. Families are always jumping in these lives, man. So, I'm not trying to, I'm not doing a hype thing. I'm not saying that, Gary is untouchable, kind of like I was saying earlier about Canelo. I mean, but he's very, very noteworthy to talk about. Now, right now, I'm looking at the rankings. I don't know where I read this. Maybe the rankings here are not updated. As a matter of fact, it's not. Okay, so let me make this clear, you guys. And it's kind of confirming what I was saying earlier. Okay, I read it somewhere. I read somewhere that Gary Antoine Russell was elevated to the top 10 or the top 5. I don't remember. I just don't remember around what ranking, what level. Okay, at 140. Because if I'm not mistaken, he fought Santiago at 140, right? That was a 140 fight, right? Was it 140? Yes, it was 140. So I read it somewhere. It was a quick glance that they elevated him in a sanctioned body. I think it was WBA. I'm just not sure. The rankings right now that I'm looking at was last updated on May 27th. So I'm not sure if this is updated, and because I don't see Gary Antoine Russell. So I mean in the top 15, but maybe I mean in another rankings somewhere around there he'll be there somewhere. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is this, man. I'm not saying that, Gary Antoine Russell is maybe, I don't know. I'm not saying he's ready to, go in there and he'll style on Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely noteworthy to talk about, man. G5, I'll be on for a minute, bro. I'm going to be on. I just got on, bro. So yeah. I just got on, bro, G5. So yeah, I'm going to be on here for a minute, bro. I'm on a different platform, though, G5. I'm on a different one, as you can see, because I like how the chat scrolls on the screen. So, I mean, sometimes I go to StreamYard, and that's where I definitely invite you guys, to go on the panel and stuff like that. But I'm on this one right now. So, yeah, I'll be on here for a minute, G5. I'll be on here for a bit. Wayman Davis says here, the talk Oscar said about Canelo is fighting words. That's a call out. Now, excuse me. Okay. Okay, Wayman Davis, I'm going to get to that right now. Let me get to what Wayman Davis is saying right now real quick just before I conclude with Gary Antoine Russell. Now, who do you guys want to see Gary Antoine Russell fight next? I'm not saying he's going to come in and blow Josh Taylor out the park. Maybe even Regis Prograis. I don't know. But I would like to see Gary Antoine Russell maybe fight, Robert Easter Jr. Heck, even Adrian Broner. Or Baranchik, however the heck you pronounce that name. I'm bad with these names, man. I'm just, I'm not the best with these names. Yeah, I don't know, dude. These foreign names. Sometimes I just get confused with the pronunciation. But yeah, we're definitely going to get into that right now, Wayman Davis. That's good that you talked about that you mentioned that, because I was going to mention that earlier, but I was like, we'll see what the chat says. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So heck yeah. Gary Antoine Russell, man, I would like to see him fight Baranchik. He gave Josh Taylor some of that work when they fought, Taylor versus Baranchik. It was a nice fight. But, Josh Taylor obviously won. But, yeah, it was a nice fight, man. So, Baranchik is a tough opponent, man. Even Zepeda. I think Gary Antoine Russell, Zepeda's last performance was freaking, it was bad. I mean, I'm sorry. I called that fight. I went live and called that fight, Zepeda. I forgot who he fought, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm not the best with names. Zepeda fought some guy recently, and I called it on my channel. I went live and called it. I went out of nowhere and live and just called it because I wanted to see Zepeda perform. Because Zepeda, when he fought, I think it was against Baranchik some time ago, that was a war. Zepeda was going in there, man. Baranchik, they were knocking each other down, getting back up, and fighting to the gusto, man. They were going for the gusto in that fight. And that's why I wanted to call the Zepeda fight that he just fought. But Zepeda was very cautious, man, very reluctant. It was a jab fight. I remember a family that was jumping in on that live session when I was calling that fight. I forgot who it was. I think it was Soccer Training Club. Salute to my guy. I think he said this is like a jab fight. They're just jabbing. That's all they're doing. That's what they were mostly doing, at least. So I would like to see Gary Antoine Russell fight Zepeda. That would be very interesting. Postal, what the heck is Postal doing? When was his last fight? I don't know what's going on with Postal, but and how old is he? Postal's up there, you know what I'm saying? But that would be nice. Gary Antoine Russell versus Postal. Gary Antoine Russell versus Zepeda. Gary Antoine Russell versus Baranchik. Or did I mistake? Am I mistaken Zepeda versus Barbosa? No, I'm sure it was Zepeda versus Baranchik when they had a big war. So yeah. So I mean, or Robert Easter, Adrian Broner, Gary Antoine Russell, ladies and gentlemen. He has some nice options, man. Nice options. So I cannot wait until he's gonna fight again, man. I got to see Gary Antoine Russell again. He was action-packed. That was very a wonderful fan-friendly style. I mean, and smart. Not just going in there. Sometimes we think that fan-friendly is, just go in there, rock 'em, sock 'em, and just, go for the gut. It's not necessarily that. Gary Antoine Russell was so beautiful what he did in the ring, man. He was just knocking Santiago left and right. Hey, take this, take that, go against the rope. Santiago is like, what's going on here? Who am I fighting? Who is this guy? Santiago was like, freaking, who is this dude? Who? Gary Russell's brother? Oh my gosh. He was like, oh my gosh. And his corner, dude, like in round 6 or whatever, his corner was like, oh, you want more? You ready? You want more? I think Santiago was in his head like, oh my gosh, dude, who the heck did I step up to? This guy is somebody else. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Gary Antoine Russell, I can't wait till this guy fights next. I want to see him fight next. I have to see him. I need more of it. You see, that's the beauty. When fighters really come in, show up, and show out, you need more of it. Just like Jerome Ennis, you need more of it. When you see him come in and perform, when he fought that one dude before, I forgot the dude's name, but whatever. When he fought the guy before Lipietz, whatever the dude's name was, right? He first round just straight up making that kid look like a little schoolboy. Man, Ennis was styling on that dude. Then he comes in and fights Lipietz, man, styling on Lipietz. It's like, man, I want to see Ennis again. Oh my, you see, I love these guys when they put these kinds of performances on. It's just beautiful, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, let me get to the chat real quick, man. So, okay, Wayman Davis. So just to conclude that, man, Gary Antoine Russell, he has a lot of fighters at potential opponents that he can fight. I'm not necessarily saying, I got to reiterate this to conclude on Gary Antoine Russell. I'm not necessarily saying that he can go in and take Josh Taylor out and it's an easy work. I'm not necessarily saying that Gary Antoine Russell will come in and make easy work of Prograis. But the styles, man, it's just the styles. Y'all know the story there. The styles, man. I think Gary Antoine Russell could. I think Gary Antoine Russell can beat Prograis, but Prograis has power, man. I mean, he has to be careful. So I wouldn't think he's up there yet. You know what I'm saying? Robert Easter Jr., that would be nice. That would be a beautiful fight. Gary Antoine Russell versus Robert Easter Jr. That would be beautiful. Beautiful stuff right there, man. Maybe against the Baranchik. Baranchik's tough, man. Against the Cepeda. You know, I would like to see that against the Adrian Broner. But who knows what's going on with Adrian Broner? I have no idea. But Adrian Broner's name against Gary Antoine Russell, it would really catapult more Gary Antoine Russell's name. You know, Adrian Broner, man, whoever Adrian Broner fights, I mean, it catapults to a certain degree, you know, the opponent's name. But not necessarily Santiago's because of the performances they gave and stuff like that. But yeah, man, so definitely, man. So let me get to this, man, real quick. Okay, so Wayman Davis. All right. Wayman Davis says the talk Oscar said about Canelo is fighting words. That's a call out. Now, if you guys didn't see the video yesterday I posted about this, I think Oscar De La Hoya, he's just desperate, man. I don't know what he's desperate for. Maybe it's money, but then again, I contemplated it. I was like, I don't think Oscar De La Hoya, he's in too much need of money, because understand, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, kings and queens, those who will tune in, you know what I'm saying, those who are tuning in, you know, those who will tune in, I don't know, eventually, you know, whatever. I think, you know, Canelo, if I'm not mistaken, he has a whiskey company, okay? Whiskey or tequila, whatever the heck, alcohol company, okay? He has that. He has Golden Boy. I don't necessarily think it's for a big need of money. I don't think he's bankrupt or anything like that, but I'm sure he wants more money. I mean, that's kind of like the bottom line there. And ever since Canelo left Golden Boy, that was a big blow to Golden Boy Promotions, man. Monetarily speaking, and you know, with the profits and revenue, Canelo leaving Golden Boy, man, that was a big blow to Golden Boy. Even though Golden Boy may want to deny it, even though, you know, Oscar wants to smile away and say, nothing, no big deal. You know, I mean, that was a big deal, okay? Canelo leaving Golden Boy was a freaking big deal, because we got to understand, you know, I was breaking it down in the video I posted yesterday that, you know, Canelo, we got to understand, how many years has he been with Golden Boy? You know what I'm saying? Many years. He's made millions upon millions for Oscar's pockets. So ever since Canelo left, man, and have you noticed that Oscar De La Hoya, he started to be more vocal about fighting. You know what I'm saying? He started to be more vocal about fighting. So, hey, hold on real quick, guys. Hold on just a couple minutes. Hold on. Hold up, fam. I'll be right back. Real quick. Something happened real quick. Just real fast, man. Go ahead and chat away. Right on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, man, I mean, I don't think it's for a need of money, you know what I'm saying? But we got to understand, man, all those years that Canelo's been with Oscar De La Hoya, here are his pockets, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he wants to a certain degree make up for the money. Now, for the loss. And have you noticed that Oscar's been more vocal about fighting? He's been more vocal about it ever since Canelo left. So, yeah, Wayman Davis, I mean, what Oscar's saying about Canelo, that's facts, bro. It's not like he's trying to degrade Canelo. It's not like he's just trying to, you know, use Twitter fingers and just, you know, speak bad about him. He wants to fight him. That's exactly why I made the video yesterday. It's called something like, you know, Oscar De La Hoya is desperate to fight. He wants to fight Canelo. He wants to fight Dana White. He wanted to fight this former UFC guy. Oscar, he wants to fight. He wants to fight and he needs money. I think he just, you know, wants to make his bank account a little bit more bigger, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I mean, those are fighting words. It's not just to, you know, do you guys think Canelo will take that fight? I mean, who knows, right? Who knows, man? Who knows? Chen Smoke says Lundy, I believe, Renee. Yeah, that's another guy, man. Matias, right. And we got Silver Surfer, what's going on, bro? What's going on? How you doing, Silver Surfer? Thanks so much for jumping in here. So yeah, man, just to, you know, just give my input concerning what oh man, I got the names here. Let me get to the chat real quick, man. I forget names. I'm so sorry, man. What Wayman Davis is saying concerning Oscar and Canelo. So yeah, so that's kind of what I think about it, man. But You know, who knows what the heck's going to go on with Oscar? Who is going to fight next? I'm sure he wants to push it on Triller. I talked about that before. You know what I'm saying? He wants to push a fight on Triller and make millions. So it is what it is. You know, so it's definitely so. Okay, guys, check this out. Did you see the Donaire fight? Okay, against the, what's the dude's name? Ubali, whatever dude's name is, man. With all due respect. Did you see that fight? And this is what I want to connect. Okay. I want to connect Donaire's performance against Ubali, okay, with Spence versus Pacquiao. And this is how, okay? First, what Donaire did against Ubali was freaking amazing, man. I mean, how old is Donaire? Let me look it up real quick, man. How old is he? I have no idea how old this guy is, but if somebody can look it up, man, I don't know. But I think he's up there in age. He lost against Inoue, right? And it would be great to see him have a rematch with Inoue, man. Inoue's he can fight, man. I love it. Bantamweight, these guys are very light, you know what I'm saying? Real light guys. What is it? 118, almost 120 pounds, whatever. But you know what Donaire did against Ubali? Okay, Donaire was patient. Check this out. We're gonna connect this with Errol Spence versus Pacquiao. Okay, this is how I see Spence versus Pacquiao is going to play out to a certain degree. You know, to a certain degree. I think that Donaire versus Ubali, what Donaire did against Ubali is a certain resemblance or shadow of what Spence is going to most likely do against Pacquiao. If you didn't see, please, ladies and gentlemen, please go watch the Nonito Donaire. If you didn't see it, go back and watch Nonito Donaire versus Ubali. Please do me a favor and do that so you can understand more what I'm saying if you didn't see that fight, okay? This is what happened. Donaire, okay, he was very patient. He's a veteran. He knows, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to certain styles that he faces, he knows how to fight them. Okay, so in this case, Donaire was very patient in the ring. You know, being patient and very calculated in his shots. What Ubali was doing, you know, he had a certain style. Ubali had a certain style like Pacquiao, man. Like Pacquiao, okay? He would throw like 4-punch combos, you know, and jump in straight like what Pacquiao does. It was kind of signature, not too exact, not too precision. No, because every style is different, every fighter is different, but they kind of resonate certain styles. For example, the Philly shell. A lot of fighters use the Philly shell, but there are certain fighters who use the Philly shell naturally and originally, you know what I'm saying? And they use it to perfection, I guess we can say, to a certain degree. A lot of other fighters use that and it resembles the, you know, the Philly shell. In this case, Ubali, he resembles kind of like Pacquiao when Ubali was fighting Donaire. Ubali, he would come in straight and throw like 3-punch combos straight, like Pacquiao does, man. And what was Donaire doing? He was easily reading how Ubali would jump in, and Donaire would counter those flurries that Ubali would do jumping in. And Ubali was kind of on his toes like what Pacquiao does. Kind of, not exactly, but it was very similar, okay? So what I think is going to happen, like I said, you got to go watch the fight, man. Go watch the fight. Go watch the fight if you didn't see it so you can understand what I'm saying more. I think that's what's going to happen with Spence versus Pacquiao. Yes. Now, the thing here is that Pacquiao, he throws a lot more punches in his combos. You know, when you compare him to Ubali, obviously. I mean, they're different. But, you know, Pacquiao is he throws a lot more volume in his punches. You know what I'm saying? But this fight, man, when I was watching Donaire versus Ubali, I was like, oh my gosh, dude. Obviously, I'm not saying Donaire fights like Spence. Of course not, man. But what I think is that Spence is going to use the patience in there. He's going to be patient in the ring. And obviously, he's going to use the jab. And obviously, I think he's going to jab a lot to the body. You know what I'm saying? Throw them vicious hooks and them straight lefts to the body when Pacquiao wants to jump in with those flurries, man. So I think that as Donaire was patient against Obali, I think Spence is going to be patient against Pacquiao. Because Pacquiao, man, he goes in straight, man, and with those flurries, with those combos, Spence is going to counter with a nice jab and stop him with jabs, stiff jabs, man, and stop him. Or nice straight lefts to the body, man, boss, and stop him to the body. Stop his combos and those flurries that Pacquiao throws. That's exactly what Donaire was doing to Obali round after round. Obali was doing quite well, though. Nothing to take away against Obali in his performance against Donaire. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to take away from him. But Donaire, man, he was calculating Obali and his combos, jumping in as Pacquiao commonly does. And Donaire was able to knock him out, man, and get the win. And that's exactly what happened. And y'all have seen it. Y'all saw it, and y'all know it. What Marquez did against Pacquiao. Marquez, what he did against Pacquiao in his last fight, the last matchup they had, what was Marquez doing? He was being patient. What was Pacquiao doing? Boxing out Marquez beautifully. Had his nose, his nose was, bleeding and, messed up. He had Marquez nose cut and bleeding. And I was like, oh my gosh, when I was watching that fight, I remember that fight clearly, man. When I was watching it, I was thinking, Marquez, you're going to freaking lose, dude. What are you doing, man? But Marquez, he knew what he was doing. He was being patient, waiting for the right time to counter Pacquiao and lights out. That was not a lucky punch. I don't know if people are saying that now still when they reflect on that fight. That was no freaking lucky punch, okay? If I'm not mistaken, if I recall, after that knockout that Marquez, did against Pacquiao, beautiful knockout. Just, oh my gosh, that hurt. Pacquiao was freaking sleeping night, man. If anybody called that a lucky punch after that, I think if I recall, some people were saying that, in the boxing community, fans out there, whatever. I think some were saying that was a lucky punch. Of course it wasn't. It was a perfectly calculated punch, man. Marquez was being patient, waiting for Pacquiao with those flurries when he jumps in straight, and boom. I think Spence is gonna do that, man. But I think that Spence, Phil J, what's going on, bro? Hey, thanks for jumping in. What we're doing right now is we're connecting. Okay, I'm connecting Donaire's performance against Obali, and I think that's kind of a shadow of what Spence is gonna do against Pacquiao. Okay, just mark that. Just mark it. I can't wait for the Spence and Pacquiao fight because I want to see if it's gonna go out to what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be close, though. I think it's gonna be close. I repeat, man, if you didn't see Donaire fight Obali, go see that fight, please. Because when I was seeing it, I was thinking, man, I think this is what Spence is going to do. He's going to be patient. Obviously, he's going to stop Pacquiao with the jabs. He's going to be jabbing to the body when Pacquiao tries to jump in. Obviously, easier said than done. And I repeat, what Obali was doing against Donaire, it was good, man. He was doing pretty good. But Obali, it seemed like he was getting a little bit too overconfident, man, with those, jumping in there with his combos. I think he was getting a little bit too overconfident. And Donaire was able to read it and counter him and, knock out Obali. I think Spence, man, he's going to be punishing and breaking down Pacquiao slowly and methodically. I think that Spence is going to not waste punches, okay? He's not going to waste punches, and I think that Pacquiao, it may be the first half of the fight, Pacquiao is going to be, doing pretty good against Spence, man. I don't think necessarily for the first half of the fight that Spence is going to, be dominating or anything like that, man. I think that Pacquiao is going to do quite well against Spence. Now, the factor here that we got to consider, man, is Pacquiao going to be the same as he was 2 years ago? That's another big no-no for Pacquiao, man. That's another big no-no for Pacquiao, man. I talked about it. I pushed a video on it, and I said, what the heck are you doing, Pacquiao? Stop just sitting around and waiting around. I mean, it's been too long, man. It's been too long. Pacquiao outside of the ring. Is that going to be a factor when he comes in and fights Spence? Is he going to be as fast? Is Pacquiao going to be as fast as when he fought Thurman? And I don't think Pacquiao is in his prime anymore, okay? I think we can be realistic here and factual, and I think it's true that Pacquiao's not in his prime. He hasn't been in his prime for a while, okay? And when you top that off with, you know, Pacquiao not in his prime and being out of the ring 2 years, I don't think he's going to perform as good as he did against Thurman, man. As Thurman. That's very true, man. Let me get to that. Let me read this real quick, man. Oh, man. Yeah, D. Hodges, yes. I want to see him. Yeah, when you're talking about Inoue and Donaire, I want to see him run it back with Donaire, Donaire. I mean, bro, they have to rematch, bro. Sylvester, exactly, bro. What you're saying, exactly. It coincides with D. Hodges. Inoue versus Donaire 2 pending. I want to see this, man. And, oh my gosh, Inoue versus Donaire, beautiful stuff. If I'm not mistaken, Inoue's going to fight, right? I just don't remember who he's going to fight against. I think he's going to fight soon, right? But after this Inoue fight, if he wins, right, whoever he's going to fight, I forgot the name. I think he's going to fight, though. Make Inoue versus Donaire again, man. And Donaire, go retire after this, man. You're done, bro. I mean, hey. But he did amazing against Ubali. He did amazing, man. He's champ again. If I'm not mistaken, he got the WBC belt in his last fight with Ubali, right? So, I mean, Donaire, yeah. But after this, if you go fight, rematch Inoue, call it a career, bro. I mean, if Inoue beats you, I mean, it's just call it a career, Donaire. I mean, yeah. But you see what I'm saying? I gotta repeat this, guys. If you didn't see Donaire versus Ubali, look how Ubali kind of fights like Pacquiao, man. He kind of fights like Pacquiao. Go watch it, man. And I think that's what's going to happen, man. With it's going to be similar. Like I said, Donaire doesn't fight like Spence. Of course not, man. You know, I like how Spence uses the jab. You know, southpaw, man. It's not going to be exactly the same. Of course not. But I think Spence is going to be patient. He's not just going to go forward against Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he will, right? But I think he's going to be patient. You know, he's not going to waste his punches. First half of the fight, man, I think that Pac is going to do quite well, man. I just don't think that in the first half of the fight, Spence will dominate or anything like that. I think Pac will be pleasing the crowd in the first half of the fight, man. In the first half of the fight against Spence. I think it's going to be a crowd pleaser. Wah, wah. A lot of people screaming and yelling and, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a crowd pleaser for the first half of the fight with Pacquiao's performance. But 2 years out the ring, man, he's out of his prime. I don't think he's going to look as good as he did against Thurman, man. I just don't think he is, man. And that's where I understand. People out there are saying, man, that Spence is going to come, he's going to knock out Pac. He's going to take him out. I really do think he will. I really do think he can. He will, he can. He will, and he can. You know, it's a big possibility that Spence will knock out Pac-Man. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna do, like what I'm saying, that's why I'm connecting this. He's possibly gonna do what Donaire did against Ubali, because Ubali fights similar to Pac-Man. You know, waiting, and when Pacquiao runs in, like Marquez did against Pacquiao, you know, maybe not the same type of punch, but he's going to be breaking down Pac-Man like that, man. Pacquiao jumping in. It was funny because, did you remember the face-to-face interview thing that Thurman and Pacquiao had? That was funny stuff, man. Thurman was making fun of Pac-Man, that he was like a T-Rex with his T-Rex arms. Oh, that was funny. That's where Pac-Man looked like he got quite offended, man. Did you see that? Did you guys see that? The face-to-face interview thing where they were on a glass table sitting there. Remember, I think PBC, it looks like they stopped doing it ever since the pandemic stuff. And it looks like they stopped doing that. But yeah, man, so I think that's how it's going to play out. It's not going to be the same, I reiterate. Of course not. No fight's the same. But I think it's Pac-Man versus Spence will play out kind of like Donaire versus Ubali. I think that's how it's going to be. And Donaire has to fight Inoue. I mean, oh my gosh, that'd be beautiful. Rigondeaux, speaking of that division, man, Rigondeaux, I think they're going to fight at that division. I think it's going to be at 118. Rigondeaux is going to fight Casimero, man. Or is it going to be at 1? Yeah, I think it's going to be at 118. Casimero, man, that's going to be a great fight too, man. Rigondeaux, Casimero, great stuff. I cannot wait for that fight too. But Rigondeaux, I don't know if the same thing, dude. I don't know if this dude's in his prime anymore. He's getting up there in age, man. He's definitely getting up there in age. So, yeah, that's the other point I wanted to talk about in this part 2 in this live session, man, with Nonito Donaire, his performance against Ubali, and it's going to be, I think, similar to what Spence is going to do to Pac-Man. I just, when I saw the fight, man, when I was watching Donaire against Ubali, I was thinking, you know what? And it resonated also to a certain degree what Marquez did against Pacquiao. Donaire was patient. Ubali has a kind of Pac-Man style. You know, he doesn't jump around too much on his feet like Pac-Man does, Ubali, but he was throwing his combos like Pacquiao does. Obviously, Pacquiao, I reiterate, he's a high volume puncher. Ubali wasn't necessarily as high volume, you know what I'm saying? But it did resonate that. Donaire was patient. Marquez was patient against Pacquiao. Pacquiao looked great against Marquez in the last fight. And boom, out of nowhere, night-night. I think that Spence is going to do something similar against Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be patient. He's going to be using the jab to stabilize and neutralize Pacquiao. Straight right hands to the body, left hands to the body, jabbing it up. You know what I'm saying? And will there be a knockout? I think there will be. But it would be towards the second half of the fight, man. Towards the second half of the fight, like what Donaire did against Ubali. I'm telling you guys, I'm repeating this because I see a shadow between Donaire and Ubali, a shadow of Spence versus Pacquiao. And also Marquez versus Pacquiao. I'm not saying that Spence will knock out Pac though to the degree of how Marquez did it. He probably won't put Pacquiao to sleep like that, okay? I don't know if Spence... I'm not sure, man, if Spence has the power. I'm not saying that Marquez has more power or had more power, but I'm not sure if he would knock out Pac as cold as Marquez knocked out Pac. I don't think Pacquiao has ever been knocked out like Marquez knocked him out. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, man. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember how cold Pac was knocked out? It was not. It was night. It was lights out. That was literal nights out. Lights out. It was like what Wilder did to Fury in the first fight. The last knockout. The last knockdown. And it should have been ruled a knockout. But Reese, the ref, he gave like a 13 count. He gave like a 13. What is it with these refs nowadays, man? I mean, there are some refs out there. What was another fight? I think it was with Santiago when you know what? Now that I think of it, if I'm not mistaken, the ref that was in the Gary Antoine Russell fight that we were just talking about a moment ago, when he fought Santiago, I think it was that fight, or it was one of these recent fights I saw, man, where the ref was giving a long count, man. I think it was with Santiago. I just don't remember. It was one of these fights out there. You know what I'm saying? Where these refs sometimes are giving long counts, man. And I personally think when Deontay Wilder knocked out Fury, the last knockdown, Reese gave a little bit too much more time, man. You know what I'm saying? I think he gave too much time. And I personally think, Wilder should have had that win. But it is what it is, man. Fury got back up. But what I'm trying to say here is this. I don't think Pacquiao has been knocked out as cold as Marquez knocked him out, man, ever in his career. Kind of like when Fury got knocked down against Wilder, the last knockdown, it looked like he was out cold, man. That dude was out cold. And Pacquiao was just staying there, man, for a long time. I don't know if Spence can do that. That's what I'm trying to say here. I don't think he can do that. I'm not underestimating Spence's power though, but I don't think the knockout will be as cold. I don't think it will be as cold. Silver Surfer, I mean, yeah, he was up by 8, but Reese was sitting there for a long time talking to Fury. Same thing happened with Anthony Joshua and Ruiz in the first fight. one of those many knockdowns, okay? Yeah, Anthony Joshua got up around 8 or whatever the heck the count was, and, you know, the ref was sitting there conversing with AJ. Are you okay? All right. Hey, you look at me. Huh? The gloves. Yeah, are you all right? Huh? Okay. Ready, Royce. All right. I mean, that's like 5 extra seconds, man. You know, that's like 5 extra seconds. Yeah, Silver Surfer. I mean, yeah, he was up by 8, but, you know, how many extra seconds did the referee give to Fury after 8 when he was up? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing there, that sometimes these refs, man, they give super long counts, man. No, Pacquiao. Okay, let's see. It was Silver Surf's ass day. So no, Pacquiao was never even KO'd outside of Marquez in prime. He did get stopped in some of his. Yeah, he did get stopped in some of his first. Yeah, but Marquez, dude, oh my gosh. I don't think anybody's gonna, because Pacquiao's gonna. He's at the end of his career anyway. So I don't think anybody is ever gonna knock out Pacquiao like Marquez did, man. That was just crazy. And I think that's just my speculation, you know, and that's how I analyze this. I repeat again, what Donaire did against O'Bali, that's a resemblance and shadow, I think, of what Spence is going to do to Pacquiao. You got to go back and watch the fight, man. Go back and watch Donaire versus O'Bali. And that's why I have this thumbnail like this. You got Donaire there, and you got Spence there. Because that fight, I think, is a shadow of what Spence and Pacquiao is going to look like. Yes. Plus, I reiterate, Pacquiao's not in his prime. Everybody knows that. He's been out 2 years. I just don't know about Pacquiao. Pacquiao, after this, do us a favor and go retire. Just leave. Just leave, man. I mean, gosh. Give room for these other champs. Give room to these young up-and-comers, please, already. Just go, dude. Go to your politics and go focus on your family. Okay? Because you're risking your health and you're risking... You got a beautiful family, Pacquiao. I mean, come on now. Gosh, dude. Just leave, man. I mean, I love you, but gosh. So, I mean, it's going to be beautiful stuff, man. So I can't wait, man. So this weekend, I mean, we got Hurd fighting. We got the are you guys going to watch the Mayweather Logan Paul stuff? I'm not sure if I am. It's on a Sunday, so I probably will. I don't know. But I mean, hey, we got Daniel Dubois gonna. You guys think Daniel Dubois can make a comeback in the heavyweight division after losing by a jab? Oh my gosh, man. Out of all the ways that you can lose, losing from a jab. Wow, man. I mean, that's what brought me low when it comes. That's what kind of me. Okay, I like Daniel Dubois. I like him, and I want to see him fight this Saturday. I definitely want. If I'm not mistaken, he's gonna fight this Saturday. So I want to see what he brings. I want to see him enhance and box a little bit more, okay? But I was really disappointed in Daniel Dubois and his performance against Joe Joyce. I was really disappointed, man. I was disappointed because you lost by a jab, man. I mean, that's just bad, okay? Same as I reiterated earlier in this session. Same with when I was talking about when I was eating. I've eaten crow several times, okay? Unfortunately, but Anthony Yarde, when he fought Lyndon Arthur, I thought Anthony Yarde was going to come in and make a beautiful statement against Lyndon Arthur. But Anthony Yarde lost by a jab too. It's like, guys, you can lose by a knockout. I get it. You can lose by, unanimous decision. I get it. But losing by a jab? It's like, my gosh, dude, these guys got to learn a little bit more to oh my gosh, dude, to dismantle the opponent's jab. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. But anyways, the reason why I'm saying this is because Daniel Dubois is going to fight this Saturday. I hope I see improvement because I was quite disappointed in Daniel Dubois. I really like him, man. I really do like him. I'm not one of those types of people to, favor, fighters from one side of the hemisphere as opposed to other fighters from another side of the hemisphere. I like all these fighters, you know what I'm saying? I like to see what they bring in the ring. I like UK fighters. I like a handful of UK fighters as I like a lot of American fighters, as I like certain Mexican fighters or whatever, wherever they come from, whatever. So I'm interested in seeing what Daniel Dubois is going to do this weekend, okay? I mean, I'm really interested in seeing how he's going to come back, see how he performs, and yeah, man, so definitely. So we got Daniel Dubois, he's going to fight this Saturday. We got Hurd. Jarrett Hurd is going to fight this Saturday. hopefully, we'll see what happens with Jarrett Hurd. After this fight, let's see what's next for him. But then again, Hurd has been out for a minute too, so I'm just not interested too much in these fighters who take too many layoffs. I'm not too interested. That's why I don't really talk about them. I haven't really talked about Hurd at all. Because he's just been out too long. He's just been out way too long. So, and I don't know. Are you guys going to watch that fight? Are you going to watch Mayweather versus Logan Paul? I probably won't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I will. So, but we got some boxing this Saturday. So we got D Hodges saying here, Manny needs to retire and be a senator. He has nothing to gain or prove. I mean, he's proved and gained all that he, I think Pacquiao just does it for the love of the sport, man. I mean, I think that's what it is. I think Pacquiao, it's hard to read these guys' minds. It's hard to read another human being's mind, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But I think Pacquiao is still boxing because he just loves the sport, man. I mean, I get it. All due respect, bro, but Pacquiao, just get out of here. I mean, yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, D Hodges, you're right, bro. You're right. I mean, he needs to retire, be a senator, focus on your political career. He has nothing to gain or prove. Exactly. He has proved and gained more than enough in the sport. So just go, man. You don't have to fight these young champs because you're going to lose anyway. I mean, most likely at least. I mean, hey, maybe I'm going to eat crow on this, man. Oh my gosh, I've been eating crow. Maybe I'm going to eat crow with the Spence and Pacquiao fight. I think Spence is going to win. But I think to a certain degree, Pacquiao is going to put a nice performance against. I think he's going to give Spence some work, man. Pacquiao's not going to just sit there slunched over and let him, he's going to put in some work on Spence, man. I think he's going to do nice against Spence. But I think Spence is going to definitely beat him, you know what I'm saying? We got Maurice Isaac. What's going on, man? I don't think I've seen you be here before. Feel free to subscribe, Maurice. I've been saying it, time and time again. The community has been seeing it every time I do flash lives. We got new people jumping in the chat. So, Maurice, I want to give you an appropriate introduction to the platform here. This is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature fashion. Community here, we consist of mature folk. We don't do child's play here. Express the opinion that you want in a respectful fashion. That's what it's about here, Maurice. We love the sport of boxing. It's as simple as that. I think, my humble opinion, there are too many platforms out there going back and forth, fighting each other, calling them this and that, this and that. I don't do that, man. I just love boxing and that's it. It's as simple as that, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, feel free to subscribe, Maurice. Costs you nothing. Hit the notification bell. We do flash lives constantly here, man, Maurice. And we just speak the sport of boxing. We love it, man. So feel free to hit the notification bell. Go ahead and hit the like. Go ahead and subscribe. So we got here Maurice saying, Hurd is fighting at 160. He needs to get back to 154 and prove that he still has it. Now, it's interesting you say that, Maurice. We all wanted to see Hurd fight Mel Charlo years ago, plural, right? And when Hurd had the opportunity to fight Mel, he didn't do it. And I think that sucked, okay? Because I wanted to see Hurd fight Mel Charlo. But he threw that opportunity away. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely right, Maurice. He's fighting at 160, get back down to 154, and prove that he still has it. I mean, the thing here, though, Maurice, is that, and chat, family, I want to see, you know what? Right now, the last performance that Hurd had against whoever the heck he fought, I forgot the dude's name, he was using more of his footwork. Did you guys notice that? He was using more of his footwork, his upper body, maneuvering, more head movement. He was bringing something new in the ring. It wasn't the typical Hurd. So what I'm very curious. I got a big question mark over my head to see how Hurd is what style is he gonna bring this Saturday night? A lot of people don't really talk about that when it comes to Hurd. His last performance, he brought new tools in the ring, man. He brought new tools from the toolbox that he has been working on, more defensive skills. Because ladies and gentlemen, you already know Hurd's typical traditional style. Go forward, kind of hunched over, and he just goes, offense, pop, 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 pop. He just goes at it. But his last fight wasn't like that. So I'm very curious and interested in seeing how Hurd is going to fight this Saturday. I'm not even sold, man. I'm not even convinced. I'm not even convinced that Hurd can compete against the top at 154 just yet, because he's been out the ring for a long time, okay? He has taken big breaks. We don't know how Hurd's going to look this Saturday, man. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say? We don't know how good Hurd is going to look this Saturday. And if he has a problem against the guy he's going to fight this Saturday, we can forget Hurd fighting the top at 160. We can forget Hurd fighting the top at 154. But Hurd's a big guy, so if he goes down 154, I mean, he probably has a good chance. But I'm still not too convinced as of late with Hurd. Before, when Hurd was active, when Hurd was fighting, man, before he had the opportunity to fight Mel, I really liked watching Hurd. But I just don't know right now, man. I got a big question mark and doubt on how Hurd's going to look this Saturday. So, or what is it, Sunday? I keep saying Saturday, man. It's on Sunday. I think it's going to be the Floyd undercard thing. So, I want to see him fight, but I just don't know if he can. I mean, I get what you're saying, Maurice, though. You know, he proved that he still has it. The question in my mind, does he still have it? You know what I'm saying? Does Hurd still have it as he did before? I'm not so sure. I'm just not so sure. He's been out the ring too long, man. He's been out the ring way too long. We'll see how it goes, though. I mean, I like Hurd. You know what I'm saying? So we got here, D. Hodges saying, it's good experience for Spence, though. I mean, definitely is. And it's a great bag for him, too. It's a great bag. It's a great bag for Spence, man. So, obviously something Bud, he's missing the train. Oh, my gosh, Bud Crawford. Right now, he's in Dubai. No, he's in he's doing like a world tour right now. You know what I'm saying? Bud is doing a world tour. I hope he has a wonderful tour. But, man, Bud, the train's passing this guy by, man. The train is passing him by, and he's standing outside of the train, seeing it just go by him, and he's smelling the smoke from the train, looking at the train go by him. You know, while Spence and Pac, I mean, I don't know, dude. I feel sorry for Bud. I mean, I know a lot of people say you suck. I'm sorry, Bud, you do horrible decisions and this and that. He doesn't suck in the ring, obviously, but a lot of people looking at Bud right now, it's like, dude, I don't know. I think I'm to the point feeling sorry for him now. It's just like, dude, Bud, oh, man, yeah. So this is great experience. Yeah, D. Hodges, this is great experience for Spence to fight Pac. Okay, man, like, what I'm curious is this. After Spence fights Pac, and if he beats Pac, which I think he really will, okay? I think he really will beat Pac. But with all the freaking crow I've been eating lately, I don't know, dude. You know, I think Spence will beat Pac, but okay, if he beats him, what is he gonna do next? Is he gonna move up to 154? Is he gonna stay there? You know what I'm saying? And wait for Bud to make his freaking decision? You know what I'm kind of thinking right now? Bud has said a lot of things. I don't want to get into the Bud talk and how inconsistent he has been for the past several years. I pushed a video a long time ago pointing out Bud's inconsistencies and what he says, not just on Bud re-signing to Top Rank, staying with Bob, getting mediocre fights, blah, blah, blah. No, but in the inconsistencies of what Bud has said for months and months. Okay? Why do I say this? Because I'm not even so sure that Bud is going to go down to 140 and fight Josh Taylor as he has expressed. Because Bud has had a lot of inconsistencies in what he's been saying. Okay? Check my channel out. Check the videos out on that since months and months ago. I mean, concerning Bud talk. You know? So, don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Watch. Don't be surprised if Bud is really waiting for Spence to beat Pacquiao to get that WBA Super title, and Bud's going to pop up and say, hey, I want to fight you, Spence. That's probably going to happen, man. There's a possibility that's going to happen. Right before Spence moves up to 154, now they can make Undisputed. I mean, don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Why do you guys think Bud is quiet? Right? He's pretty quiet. He's having a world tour. Bud is just waiting, for the right time. Even though his time already passed him, I think. But concerning this Undisputed stuff at welterweight, maybe Spence, after the Pac fight, if he beats Pac, Bud is going to turn around and say, hey, I'll fight you now. Whatever percentage you give me, just do it. I want to fight you now. I want, maybe that's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if he does that. But who the heck knows with Bud, man? G5. What's up, G5? G5 says here, Spence will systematic. That's what I think it's going to be like, G5. It's going to be more of a systematic breakdown. That's kind of what I was saying earlier, that I don't think it's going to be like a cold knockout like what Marquez did against Pacquiao. Possibly it's going to be like what Donaire did against Obali. It's going to be more like of a breaking down. More of a constant catching Pacquiao at the right time and countering Pacquiao at the right time constantly. Round after round. Pac is going to look good, yes, but Spence will be countering constantly, repetitively after every round. And Spence and Pacquiao is going to be feeling it, getting broken down, and boom, it's going to be, he's going to knock him out. Maybe around round 10. That's kind of how I see it. D-Ha just says here, Hurd has problems making weight. 160 will be good. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. After Hurd fights here, this fight, at 160, that's another question. Will he move down to 154? What is Hurd saying? Is he saying he's going to move? I have no idea what Hurd's saying. Like I said, he's been out of sight and out of mind for so long. What the heck is Hurd going to do after this? You know what I'm saying? You got, obviously, y'all know the names. You got Charlo there. Maul Charlo. I know that, it's kind of fishy what he's been saying lately. You know what I'm saying? You already know what I'm talking about. We don't got to get into that. I think Maul Charlo, he would beat Hurd well, man. But like I said, I got to see how he's going to do this Sunday. I got to see how Hurd's going to do this Sunday, which will help me determine how he will do at 160. I just got it. There's too much question marks right now with Hurd, man. I mean, over my head, you know what I'm saying? Mad Chat Boxing. What's going on, bro? Hey. Y'all go subscribe to Mad Chat Boxing. Y'all go subscribe to G5. Subscribe, man. Go support each other. Thanks so much, Mad Chat, for jumping in here. Phil J says here, Hurd's been working with Bud too. Oh, that's true, Phil J. They've been sparring and stuff. So, yeah, that's a really good point, Phil J. That totally left my mind, man. I don't even remember that. That's true, man. They had them photos together, sparring and stuff like that. So that's a very good point, man, Phil J. Very good point. So he's been working with Bud. I'm sure Bud has been showing them, tricks of the trade, some extra new things. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to see how Hurd's going to do this weekend. I really want to see. I can't wait for this weekend to come, man. I want to see these fights. I want to see Dan Dubois. I want to see Hurd. You know what I'm saying? Who else is fighting? I forgot the names, man. Hurd, Badu Jack, right? Badu Jack. His opponent, Pop Dirty, whatever, replacement. Badu Jack. I'd like to see it. It'll be a fight. You know what I'm saying? It'll be something to watch at least. So, so we got Phil J saying here. Spence said in the barbershop last night after Pac. Oh, he was interviewed on Barbershop, man. Barbershop goes on late, man. I can't catch. I'm sleeping, Wow, I didn't know that. Spence said in the barbershop last night after Pac, he's gonna try to get Bud, and if he don't want to, he'll move up. Thank you so much, Phil J, for saying this. Awesome. Okay, so this irons out more the landscape. Okay, so after Spence fights Pac, and if I always got to say if, right? If Spence beats Pac, which I think he will, and if Spence starts calling out Bud, and Bud comes out with a silly excuse, I don't care what the heck the excuse is, then we know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. We know what's going on. Now. I mean, this is bringing out new stuff. Okay, so Phil J, thanks so much for that comment, bro. They're gonna fight in August, right? Is that right? Can you guys please tell me in the chat? Trick Nolte, hey, my guy, Trick Nolte, I gotta get you on soon, okay? I'm on a platform right now where I cannot invite any guests. At least I don't know how to. But usually when I go on StreamYard, I usually do that, right? So Trick Nolte, man, I'm gonna get at you, right? So what was I saying, man? I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, Spence and Pacquiao, if I remember correctly, they're gonna fight in August, right? Okay, so last fight Bud had was against Brooke, whenever the heck that month was. What was it? April, May, June. We're in June right now. It was around April, March, something like that. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. You know what? I'm saying Bud might be waiting for Spence, man. He might be waiting for Spence to get Pacquiao. Bud sitting on the sidelines, having Spence do all the hard work and get all those belts so that Bud can turn around and fight Spence. I think that's what's going on, man. I think that's what's going on. But this can happen between now and August because Bud can easily fight right now, okay? This can happen between now and August. Bud will have to fight, or he'll choose to fight somebody soon, and maybe he'll use that as an excuse to say to Spence, I just fought, man. I can't fight you, or I'm gonna have this fight soon, so I can't fight you. If that's the case, man, I don't know. It's, you know, Bud, I don't know. I just, as it is, I don't know what the heck with Bud anyway. So, Mark Wonderlich, hey, what's good, fam? Mark, thanks so much for jumping in, man. I got to wrench you guys up soon, okay? Those who have been rocking with me lately. I've wrenched up yesterday. I wrenched up somebody. But like I said, when I wrench up people, usually it's when I do the premieres of my videos, not when I'm live, because I use a different platform. So when I do premieres of videos, I tune into YouTube real time in my premieres, and that's where I can wrench people up. On this platform right now and on StreamYard, I cannot wrench people up. You know, they should have that. They should have that feature, but they don't. I don't know. But I don't know why they don't have it. But I mean, I can try to wrench you up right now. Hold on, let me see if I can. No, I can't. Yeah, on this platform, it looks like I can't. So yeah, Mark Rundelich, thanks so much for jumping in, bro. Thanks so much for jumping in. So EJ interview is dope in the shop. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check that interview. I didn't see it. Like I said, man. Shouts out to Barbershop Conversation, man. I mean, he's great interviews that he does. He goes on real late, man, and sometimes I just don't stay up, man. You know, because there's so many platforms out there that push, you know, so much content, and I don't have time to check out everybody, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I didn't know that. I gotta go back and check that out. Go to the playback and check that out, definitely. Thanks so much, guys, man, telling me that. Tone Brown in the building. What's going on, Tone Brown? Usyk the Barbarian King. Ah, yes. When I started this flash live, I mentioned Usyk. Shouts out to you, bro. Thank you so much for telling me, Usyk, about that fake person, you know, that person who was faking me, okay? I told Cali Enigma about it. He's in the know about it. I clarified that because there was a little misunderstanding with that, Usyk. The moment that you told Cali Enigma about that, you know, and he blocked you, there was kind of a mishap there. So I told him about it. He's in the know about it. So thanks so much, Usyk, for informing me that tongue twister, informing me about that. So thanks so much, Usyk. Okay. So once again, guys, heads up. People out there faking me, whatever. Y'all know there's no, you know, this is the original Renee Box Young, and I don't speak nonsense, okay? You already know. So if you see somebody out there, you know, who looks like me and it says Renee Box Young, who's copying my avatar or whatever you want to call it, right? My logo, and they speak nonsense, that's not me, okay? Okay. Plus, I remember in Cali Enigma, I am wrenched up. So I remember at that one time, Usyk noted that, detected that fake person in Cali. That person wasn't wrenched up. So yeah, Usyk the Barbarian Kid. Yeah, you figured so. yeah, definitely. So Usyk, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for letting me know about that. Okay, thanks so much, man. And I guess people are faking me. Whatever, right? They do what they do. I guess they got a little too much extra time on their hands. I don't have time to even think about something like that. So it is what it is, man. So, hey, I got to get going, man. I've been going on for more than an hour here, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for jumping in. You know, yeah, the real Renee has wrenches. Exactly. Yeah, and most of them, at least. I think there are a couple platforms out there where I tune in where I don't have a wrench, but it is what it is, man. Most of them, I guess I do, right? So thank you guys so much for jumping in, man. You guys are awesome, man. Go, you know, to the playback of my videos, man. The video I posted yesterday about Oscar De La Hoya desperate for a fight and stuff like that. So I appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to keep pushing these lives. Y'all already know what it is, man. We're going to keep pushing these flash lives, man. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know I do these flash lives, okay? So you know when, so that when I go on these flash lives, you just jump right in. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, next week, I'm going to keep pushing them. And just to let you guys know, I'm towards the end of my semester and the degree that I'm studying from the university. So when I finish this semester, I'm almost done, about another week. I'm going to be pushing content. Heck yes. Like no other, man. So as it is, I'm already pushing content and I'm saturated in my schedule. Just imagine how much more, you know what I'm saying, I'll be pushing when I'm done with my schooling and stuff like that, when I have my little summer vacation. So thank you guys so much, man. Notification bell, likes. I just appreciate all your support. You guys are amazing, man. And we're going to keep growing together. We're going to keep growing together, man. We're family, definitely, man. So, yeah, Mark Wunderlitz, that's what I'm talking about. Family, man. Salute to the community. You guys are all awesome. And I got to clarify something real quick before I go. That guy who's faking me, man, saying stupid things about me, man, false things, don't follow that stuff. I mean, that's a bunch of nonsense that they twist around and try to misinterpret. I ride in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm me,